I've been very lucky lately to get in some watches from brands that are making their first appearance on the channel. I've had a couple just recently, a few more coming soon, and a brand that's making its channel debut today, Formex Watches. Way overdue, but the brand has been hitting back to back to back home runs for years, it seems. One of the watches that fits into that category is the Reef, and I have one of the newer, smaller versions of the watch, the 39.5mm. Don't let that fool you, though. This watch has some serious wrist presence. Big thanks to the folks over at Formex for giving me the opportunity to get some time with the watch, but let's get to it and check it out. All right, now Formex is a family owned Swiss brand that first became more widely known for their suspension system they used in their watches. This particular watch does not have that, but their focus is on tool watches, from field watches to GMTs and divers like the Reef here. The Reef is available in the 39.5mm and the 42. There's also a GMT version in 42, so lots of options. Lots of dial colors and materials, straps, all that. So if you like the watch, there should be a good combination of size and colors to suit you. The dial is made at Formex's in-house dial manufacturer in the Jura Mountains. Beautiful sunburst finish, and to get the fume darker edge, that is hand applied. Up top is the applied logo with Formex printed in black below that. Down at the 6 is Reef, chronometer, and the water resistance also in black. The dial and really the whole watch is very symmetrical. The date at the 6 has angles on either side of the silver date wheel, and it helps with legibility. It brings it sort of closer to the dial and helps prevent shadows being cast on the date. The hands and applied markers have a combination of brushed and high polished surfaces, so they're almost always catching the light, so no problem getting the time, and that goes for in low light too. The hands, markers, and bezel pip are using BGW9, and they didn't skimp on the application. It's super bright, especially for BGW9, and stays legible for a long time. Couple things with the bezel is, one, it is interchangeable without tools. They have bezels available for sale, so if you want a different look, you can easily swap bezels by hand, and I'll just pop it off here. And I'm curious if anyone has any long-term experience with these. They seem sturdy, but wonder if there's a risk of having it pop off on its own. Just snap it back in place. I do think it would take a pretty serious knock to get it to come off on its own, but I like the idea of being able to change up the look. It's a 120 click bezel with a ceramic insert, easy to grip, and good action as well. The case is brushed with polished edges along the top of the lugs and the crown guard. I like that they've kept the symmetry with the crown guards on the right and then that bump out on the 9 o'clock side of the case. It's a very tooly, angular design. Just take a look at the case back here, and the screw down case back has the logo and the wave pattern around that. Running the watch is the chronometer certified Salida SW300 with a power reserve of approximately 56 hours. We'll just unscrew the crown here. Very smooth winding action. And between the size of the crown and the way the crown guards are machined, it's no problem to grip and screw back in. The bracelet is almost fully brushed with just a thin sliver of polish work along the edges of the outer links. It has a unique quick release system. There's a button there that's way more user friendly to remove and reinstall the bracelet. The ones that have the two little prongs can be tough to get a hold of and are just finicky to use, but this is great in that way. The links are sized using screws, and the clasp has an on the fly adjustment system. I've seen similar to this, but same as the quick release spring bars, it's just easier. The button is larger and it's built better. You'll have to try it yourself to get the full experience, but it's a level up from a lot of the brands. Size on the watch comes in at a case with the 39.6 millimeters. That's sort of from here to here. If you count the crown guards, the widest point, including the crown guards and the bump out on the opposite side, that's about 43.8 millimeters, but definitely does not wear that large. Lug to lug is 45.6 millimeters, but the end link is fixed, so including those, it's 50.8. Lug opening is 22, and the thickness is right at 11 millimeters. The crystal is an AR-treated sapphire, and the water resistance is 300 meters. And here it is on my 7.25-inch wrist, and this is such a great watch. One of my favorite divers I've gotten hands-on with in a while. I love the look, and it wears great. It sits perfectly on wrist, for my wrist size at least. Wish it did not have to go back, but man, I could totally see adding a Formex to the collection someday. The site shows prices in Canadian dollars for me and couldn't see where to change that, but cost for this comes in at 25.70 Canadian in this configuration, approximately 18.40 USD, but check the site where you are for exact pricing. Appreciate you taking a few minutes to stop by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.